Hello, class, and welcome to our fifth lecture series on microeconomics. And I'm your instructor, Dr. Jamal. So we were discussing in our last lecture, and we started understanding the elasticity and its application. And we talk about that. The chapter 4, the demand and supply, it was based on qualitative concepts. Okay, what happened to my business if price decreases? My sales gonna increase, law of demand apply, but how much gonna increase and how much price I need to decrease? That is going to answer through elasticity. So let's have a quick review. We talked about the understanding of elasticity, in which we talk about the a new research which increases your production 20%, and your only source of income is being a wheat farmer. So will you adopt it? If you adopt it, then how good is the adoption and what it will have the effect on your life? So are you better off without this new technology that increase the production of 20%, or are you should install these kind of technologies and increase your production 20%? So then we talked about the definition of elasticity, and we talked about it's a measure of how, not how, just how much in quantitative terms buyers and sellers respond to changes in market conditions. And we talk about, it allows to analyze supply and demand with greater precision. And then we talked about the price elasticity of demand, and we talked about that, how much responsiveness is our demand related to price. If we change our demand, if we change our price there is a small change in price, and we experience there is a large change in quantity demanded, then we say that our product is more elastic or high elastic, right? So we talked about the example of here, Coca-Cola here. So if the price is 1, the gentleman is buying 4 bottles of Coca-Cola. But if the price is 3, he ain't buying anything, right? So if there is a small decrease in the price and you see the large increase in quantity demanded, we call this high elastic product, or demand is high elastic of your product. And if there is a small increase in price and you see a large drop in quantity demanded, we'll still call it high elastic. Like in this case, small increase, large drop. Previously he was buying 4 and now he ain't buying anything. And then we talked about the less elastic or inelastic demand for the product. And that is, if there is a small change in price, small decrease in price causes small, or you can say small change in quantity, we call this inelastic demand. If the price increase, quantity decrease, small, inelastic. What is elastic? If there is a small increase in price, quantity demanded decrease a larger proportion. Vice versa, if there is a small decrease in price, quantity demanded increase drastically. Demanded, quantity demanded. All right. Okay, so let me log out my WeChat so that it won't disturb anymore. Here we go. So, and then we talk about, and we ended our discussion here, what are the determinants of price elasticity? Number 1, availability of close substitute. Number 2, necessities versus luxuries. Number 3, definition of the market. And number 4, time horizon. So everyone, are we clear about the definition of elasticity?
Yes.
Good. So let's just explore what are the determinants of price elasticity of demand. Number 1, availability of close substitute. So you tell me, as a businessman, if you are opening a business or if you are taking care of your family business, if more substitutes are available, your product will be your product will be sensitive to elasticity or insensitive to elasticity. It would be more elastic because people have more choice. If you increase a little price, you will see a large drop in your quantity demanded. How? Because consumer, they will move out to other shops because this person B, he did not increase the price. So here, for example, we have butter and margarine. These are close substitute. So margarine and butter demand both are highly elastic. If price of margarine increases, people will shift to butter. If butter prices increases, people will shift to margarine. Right? So can you tell me about this? What about eggs? Demand of eggs, elastic or inelastic?
Inelastic.
Inelastic. Okay. Others?
I agree. It's also inelastic.
Okay. We have more than 6 people. Only I'm hearing only 2 voices. Guys, please participate.
Same, sir.
Same. Okay. Ella, Nicholas, Priscilla, please participate.
I just give my answer earlier.
Oh, okay. Good. So here, because there is nothing which egg. If I say chicken egg, then we have substitute of the duck eggs or other eggs, right? But only eggs. It means that is inelastic because we don't have any substitute for egg. Although nowadays we have organic solution for eggs and all the stuff, we are artificially producing eggs. There is some kind of extract from beans, and it is same like eggs, but the price is crazily high. Okay, number 2, necessities versus luxuries. Now, remember, necessities and luxuries depend on person to person. Maybe for me, what is necessity? For you, maybe it is luxury. Right? For example, for Bill Gates, he need to travel more, so he can, he bought some private jet. For him, it is necessity, but for us, it's a luxury. Right? So it depends from person to person. No, isn't necessity water, food, and shelter? Lancelot, I couldn't understand your question. Can you please repeat again? We talked about, but we will cover this, the problem of here in our previous slide. the eggs here, we have a whole new, determinant to talk about over there as well. So don't worry about if you don't understand here. So necessities to luxuries, we just discussed that it depends from person to person. So you may be right. Some are autonomous necessities. For example, water, food, bread, but some are, not autonomous. You can say that, or for example, for me now, necessity, having a car is a necessity. But for some people at my age, having car is luxury, right? So I'm not talking about the autonomous, necessary expenditures. For example, cloth, it's necessity, but if I wear fashionable clothes, then it's a luxury, right? So basic terminology is the same. For example, food is necessity, but eating food in luxury, for example, in five-star hotel, or eating organic food, spending crazy amount of money on breakfast, for example, $1,000 breakfast, $3,000 breakfast, eating rare fish caviars as a breakfast. So breakfast is necessity, but the choice that you are, going through, it depends from person to person, right? So we have examples here. For example, when a doctor fee rises, people will not change number of times visits to doctor dramatically in comparison to increase in prices of car. You got sick and you have your family doctor, whether his checking fees is increased or decreased. You may decrease. Okay, previously you were, going to the doctor for like 3 times a week, and now maybe 2 times a week, maybe 1 times a week, right? But you are just only one family, and that doctor may be consulting with more than 100 families. So he will not see drastically decrease in the price. It means doctor's profession or doctor business is less elastic as compared to cars. So car is luxury and its demand is more elastic than visiting the doctor. Like I told you, for some, car is necessity. If you live far away in village area where you don't have any public transport, maybe owning a vehicle like two wheels, motorcycle, and this kind of stuff, maybe necessity. But if you are with your family, then car becomes necessity, right? Not the luxury car. So for long distance travelers, it might be a necessity, like I told you. So are we clear about the definition of necessities versus luxuries, Lancelot? And others?
Yes.
Yeah, clear.
Good, good. Now the definition of market, in which now that type which we're talking about, the eggs, right? So definition of the market means how we draw boundaries according, around the market. For example, food, right? Food, which kind of food? We are not defining it narrow down, we just call it food. Ice cream, it's a broader market. Vanilla ice cream means we narrow down, right? So food, a broader category, it has no close substitute, so its demand is inelastic. But if we say that food, ice cream is also part of food, right?